So, what is wrong with this? What's going on now? I just came live and this Facebook page want to mess up. What's wrong with you? Let me. Okay, now. So, good morning to everybody and welcome to my live broadcast this morning. Emily Meyer or Emily Meyer. Emily, Emily Meyer. That should be the correct pronunciation. So it is afternoon already in Vienna. How are you guys doing? Good morning. Good to see everyone. Good afternoon to you. Good to see every one of you. Man, we are happy we are alive. Happy to be alive. That we woke up this morning is something to be grateful for. We are happy to be alive. Chukwuemeka Chidimma Nedimma, fine name. I love that name, Nedimma. First to be here, Nedimma. That is a fine name. Mothers are good. Chidimma, where are you watching me from? Where are you watching from, Chidimma? First to be here. Man, let me know where you guys are watching from. Tell me your location. Let's start from there. As you enter, just make some noise. Shake the ground. Let's see. I'm broadcasting from Vienna. You are watching from Finland. Finland should be very cold by now. Finland, Scandinavia. I've never been to any Scandinavian country. But they said Finland is cold. All these Scandinavian countries are cold countries. I don't want to be a very cold country. But man, I cannot tell you I don't want to live, but if I have a choice, I wouldn't like to live in even Austria is very cold. Austria is cold too. African King is in the building. African King, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to have you. That's it. Nzemba Kana. I need to adjust this before people come in. I need to adjust this my VLAN. Live in Ireland. Okay, Ireland. I've been to Ireland one time. I've been to Ireland one time, but I've never been to Finland. Nzemba Kana. So from South, I have so many. Even there are times when I get provoked, I make some videos in South Africa. But my South African fans are still here. They know I spoke in some of the videos. Yes, I have some South African ladies and men who started this TikTok page with me. Many of them. We are friends, many. So guys, this morning I said morning. Michael, you need to borrow this year. Michael be balling. Michael be balling. Michael that is always balling. You know that it means you are always loaded, always happening. Michael be balling. That means you have doings. That's a name, a fine name. You know, the names we bear, I said it before, influences our life a lot. Elias, Ephias, good afternoon to you. Elias, yes, so the name we bear, you know, in Africa, children are named according to circumstances surrounding birth in Africa. Children are born, are named, they are given names based on the condition of their birth, the family they came into. Do you understand me? So, name is a powerful thing. Okay, talk about this afternoon. The name you bear can stop you in life. The name you bear also can make you prosper in life. This life is too spiritual. Okorie Chidebere Sunday, good morning, good afternoon to you. It's already noon in Vienna. See, this life is too spiritual. A lot of people don't know. The name you bear, even your stage name, can determine if you are going to prosper or not in life. There are many factors that can cause you to fail or succeed in life. Many, especially the name. You know, word. Is it called in Deutschland? Is it called in Germany? Austria is cold. We have sunshine today, but I've not gone outside. Ford, Master Ford, where have you been? Seems you are busy. And so Germany is cold. Austria is not so cold today. After the video now, I will go outside. Okay. Ford is like you are hustling, making money. Seriously. Don't forget your bro here. Me, I need money. So, guys, the names will be this morning, the poor and unlucky. What's your name? What is your name? Let's start from there. You know, the name we bear says a lot about us. For instance, somebody that bears Shedimma, my God is good. Some people bear names like Ijeoma, Safe Journey. I know some people who bear names like Iwe, Sorrow. How can you bear such a name, Sorrow? Do you understand me? I've seen some names when I see. Ford Master Ford, you got to 50 years. That's great. October 11. So you're 50s. Okay, that means we should be, I'm in my middle 50s now, approaching 60 years. Man, what is wrong with this, my internet? So, happy birthday to you, bro. Ford Master Ford. See me now. I came here as a young man. Sometimes when I look at myself in the mirror, I get surprised. I get shocked. I say, is this me? Man, when I look at a young man, I don't agree. I was hard. When I look at myself, look at my beards. I say, man, even sometimes I don't remember that. Man, to be honest, in my mind, Cynthia Oyairo, thank you for the 20 stars. I appreciate you. In my mind, I still think I am 20 years old, to be honest. In my mind, I think I am 20. There are times sometimes I act like a 20 years old boy. The time I left Africa, early 20s, I still have the same mind. It is only when I see my children, that's when I say, oh, so I was the person that gave birth to these grown men and women. This is, you see my dressing. This is how I have been dressing since I was born. And I cannot change it. I still think in my mind that kind of, you know, that young mind, that hip hop style and things like that. You know what I mean? One time, Cynthia, thank you for 200 stars. I appreciate you. One time I was talking to somebody, the person told me, that's a good feeling, a good way to think. When I still consider myself, that's something. Sometimes I have to, I kind of respect myself because of my children. I cannot be doing what my children, what my boys are doing. Because what would they say if they see their father doing certain things, you know? uh, See, always, I see you. Evergreen as always. See, when I opened these platforms, some people said, don't you think you are too old for social media? Don't you think you are too old for social media? I never thought I was old. Yes, even I still consider myself, I act like as if I'm 15 years because I do. I don't even think along that line. Okay, if that is why I keep telling people, do what pleases you. Follow your passion. Do what makes you happy. If I did not create these platforms, what would I be doing at home? I would be completely depressed. There are some people now, man, I saw some old schools in Vienna. Some are already mad. Some old schools in Vienna, I saw them, they have gone mad. They have no life. See, as you get to a certain age, look for a hobby, do you understand me, to engage yourself in. Look for something doing, something that will keep you busy, or you may go crazy. Man, I saw some people, there are times I go outside. You see, I'm home alone, nobody is here. So at times, like after broadcasting, I will go outside. If you get to 40 years, look for a passion. You understand me? Look for a hobby. A hobby, something that will keep you busy. Maybe tennis ball, go play tennis, swimming, content creation, you go to gym, or you go look for something to keep you busy. What I don't know if it is because of Europe abroad to be honest. So many people, if you see them, they look like ferupte people, they look like mad people. Somebody said, I love Vienna so much. Okafor, why shouldn't I love Vienna? A city I've spent more than half of my lifetime. I've spent 70% of my life in Vienna. Why shouldn't I love this city? This city, let me tell you now, this city did for me what no other country can. This Austria did for me what no other country can do for me. I live here. I do everything. My life, everything about life is here. Why shouldn't I love Vienna? This is the mistake a lot of people make. I cannot live in Vienna and hate Vienna. I'm stepping my foot on this floor, on this soil. You understand me? So why shouldn't I love? I'm proud of this city, Vienna. See, learn to be proud of where you live. You cannot make me to hate, even if you don't tell me this is where I am blessed. I am blessed in this city. Do you understand me? African King, I saw you've been living here. Yes, I live here. I've been living here for years now. Wherever you live and you are blessed in that place is your home. See, any country or any city you are living in and you have progress in that city, make that place your home. Chukwuebuka, I see you. Don't allow anybody tell you this is not your father's land. You are a lost soul. Don't mind people. Never you allow people talk you out of your destiny. You are a lost man. This one, let them. When you were suffering somewhere in your native land, were they there for you? When you were suffering, where you were born, your native land, were they there for you? What did the government of your native land, what did they do for you? See, there are some people, their own is to talk negativity. They always like to tell you, some people like spoiling it when they don't have it. That is, when they are not blessed to have what you have, they want to spoil it for you. And Sylvester, Obianka, I see you. Tina, I see you. Some people, when they are not as blessed as you are, they want to spoil it. They want to discourage you. Some people will come and tell you, why are you living in Europe? Why are you proud of American passports, European passports? As if they give it to them, they will not take. Some people that are saying all these things use their own hands to spoil their own things because they lacked knowledge and wisdom. Some people failed in life because they lack wisdom. I am proud of Vienna. A country where yes, now, they will tell you fatherland, fatherland. People lived in their fatherland and they died poor. People lived in their father's land, they were kidnapped. People lived in their are living in their father's land, and they were raped. Some people were kidnapped and they were never seen again. Today they were taken off. Don't ever allow anybody. Some will tell you, man, you have 50 years in abroad, go home. As if are you going to your family? Like, now there are some people that traveled to America. They traveled to Europe. Till today, they have not come back. I still see so many old schools here. So many old schools here. They have not gone back. Wherever you found comfort, wherever your life is comfortable, wherever you are happy and you have peace, stay there. If it is in Africa that you found peace, stay there. Even there are some people, they love this boredom in abroad. Some people like to live, they want to be on their own. That like where I live, where I'm living in Vienna, it's not noisy. Are you hearing any noise? This is Saturday afternoon. Yes, there are some people, they say they want to live, private life. They don't want to be in the midst of people. So the other day I was making a video, somebody said, why are you always talking about European citizenship? Why not? I said, why are you talking about abroad? Why not? Abroad is where I live. People would come to ask you, what is your source of income? That is, they tell you, when you are married, they question how you make money. But when you were poor, nobody questioned why you were poor. When you make it, they ask you, they start to question the source of your richness. Man, this guy is a 419, this guy is a this. People question how you made money, but they did not question what made you poor when you were poor. They didn't question it. That's why you see, they will come to tell you, man, at this age, you can't move me. So let's continue with our broadcast this morning. Before I go further, because I need to go spiritual a bit. Man, I just ate. I don't like eating bread. I ate bread and milk. I don't like eating this now. I rarely eat it, but I just ate it this morning. It's not every land, I've said it, that will favor you. If it is Canada that favors you, if it is Pakistan, some people, the land of Pakistan favored them. Some India favored them. Some African countries like Zimbabwe, Ghana, South Africa, Nigeria, Liberia. There is a particular land or country that favors you, where you live and you will fulfill your destiny. If you are in such land, you've made it. Even if it is African country, any land, even if it is Caribbean country, any land you are living in and you are progressing, if you leave that land, you did yourself. Let me tell you, you see the land we step upon, the land we march, this land knows us by our name. This land you march on, you step on, you walk upon, knows you, knows who you are. Some people may not believe it. The land knows when you are a foreigner on it. The land knows that why do you think when you travel to America, to any other place, you need a visa, they say you are a foreigner in this land. The land knows when you are a foreigner living in it. It's no joke. It takes years for a particular land to recognize you as an Indian. Yes, even if you come, it takes years for a particular land to recognize you as an indigenous, as a citizen of that land. When that land recognizes you as a citizen of that land, maybe it may take months, things will begin to go well with you. Yes, so some lands, there's a land you go to, it will chop your head. There is a land you go to, that land will chop your head. Because normally, you are not supposed to go to that country. And when you go to a particular country and you experience turmoil, you experience problems and problems, the problem becomes endless. This plan is working for you. Oh boy, you need to rise. You need to reverse. That's why sometimes you see some people stay in a country 20 years, no progress, no documents, no child, nothing. So, even if nobody tell you, don't you know that that land is not for you? You've been in a land for 20 years, 25 years, nothing is going for you. You still remain in that land. Don't you know that that land rejected you? You know nothing about spirituality. You should know that that land rejected you. That's why you see some people. You go to some countries, you see a man, say, where are you from? The man tell you he's from, how long have you been living here? 40 years, 50 years. So many people have documents to relocate to. Maybe Germany, Austria, Switzerland, America, Canada, but they are still in one particular country somewhere. You ask yourself why? Because that land favors them. Now, the one that is not favoring you, you've got to make a move. You've got to move. Or that land will waste your life. The spirit, don't you know that there are spirit beings that are in control of if countries, towns, villages, states? You think it's a joke? There are spirit beings that are in control of even countries, states, villages. You've got to appease the spirit of that land. You need to talk. You need to talk. Before I came to Australia, before I stepped leg on this soil, I spoke to this country. Some people, you just go to countries like that, like Mugu. You need to speak to that country. Say, this country, as I step my foot on this country, may it favor me. You need to make positive affirmations. You need to talk positivity over your life. That land should favor you. Or do I say command? Make a decree. See, nothing happens for nothing. You just walk out, you go to a country. Before you know it, they carry you go back, or they'll be giving you problems. Okay, now let me tell you guys a real life story because I like keeping it real. Okay. Man, before I go on with the story, I hope I don't forget. Let me tell you, there are people living in America and they are homeless in America. In America, they are homeless, they are begging for food. Whites and black people, Asians, everybody, they were born there. They have been Americans for generations. Here in Europe, there are Europeans, they are homeless, they have nothing there. That is, they are begging for everywhere around the world. What happens in this situation? That you were born in a particular country or in a town does not mean you will prosper in that land. If you find out that's why people move out of their villages, people move out of their home states. Why do you think some people live all their life in their villages but they did not make progress? Or some people, immediately they leave their village, their town or the state, you see them prosper. Many of us living in abroad will have to leave Africa to travel to a foreign land to witness progress. A lot of us, if we had stayed back in Africa, we cannot afford to buy bicycle. Some of us, to eat food was difficult. You need to move out of that your state, that place of you were born, to see progress. There are so many factors that made you poor, both spiritual and physical. You don't know. Why do you think, let me tell you now, if we want to go biblical, why do you think God called Abraham out of the land of Ur, the land of Chaldeans? Say, let me get out of the land of Chaldeans and I will show you a land that flows with milk and honey. The promised land. Abraham had a place he came from. He had the land of his ancestors. Let's go with the spiritual now. But God had to pull him out from that place. So where land that is flowing with milk and honey means land where he would be rich. where he would prosper. Why didn't God prosper Abraham in Chaldees, ancient Mesopotamia, in the land of his ancestors? You know why? Because the people were evil. Because the people were evil. Sometimes you need to get away from evil people to see light. There are people, if you live in a particular town, if you live with evil people, they would stop your progress. Yes, so have you not asked yourself? Why don't you ask yourself why? But if you go to the Bible, okay, let's take it now. God is almighty. Why then didn't he bless Abraham in his native land? Why did God had to pull him out of his native land? Because his people were evil. Sometimes a lot of us are living with even family members, kindred men and women who don't want you to. Some use their name to go do juju. Some don't wish you well, and you are in their midst. You are living in contaminated atmosphere. Joseph, somebody, thank you. Joseph, the biblical Joseph, had to leave the family to become a prime minister in Egypt. You think it's a joke? You don't know how this life works. There are places you live man, what? If I had stayed back in Africa, maybe by now I may be a dead man. Or maybe by this time, I will be looking for €2 to buy bread and eat. Even some friends, some evil friends can stop you from fulfilling your destiny. Evil friends, even evil family members, some self may not even go to shrine or juju house for you. The negative energy hovering in their life may stop you. Sometimes you don't know what your ancestors did to possess that land you were born in. The blood shed in that land. How do you think human beings conquered where they live today? Back then, there was wars. You get the gist? If you see the war, our ancestors fought to get or inhabit where they are living today. It's not a small war. How do you think countries, towns, villages evolved? Bloodshed, wars. You live in a country, you live in a town, you live in a city, and things are not working. Things are not going well for you. And you don't think deeply. Things are working for other people, and things are not working well for you. You've got to make a move. To be honest, some people useless their life in a particular country because they were scared to make moves. They were scared to move. Okay, I said I was going to tell you guys a story. Some land may reject you and some land may favor you. I have a brother. I had a brother. Listen to me attentively. The same mother, the same father. He was the biggest hustler we had in our family. The biggest hustler. Business oriented. Baddest. That is, the guy was born to hustle. This was a guy who could turn water into wine. Turn stones into bread. The guy was too much. The guy can make impossibility. He was too much. Now listen. Many years ago, the guy just left Africa. So he left Africa. He traveled to Singapore. I never knew. He called me from Singapore, said, bros, he said he was in Singapore and he needed money to enter Malaysia. I said, wow. I said, that then there wasn't anything like mobile telephone, mobile telephone. He said he was in Singapore. I said, who is this? Because then we had first net, house phone here. One day my phone rang. I said, who was it? He said it was. I said, where are you? He said he was in Singapore. He said he wanted to Malaysia to go hustle. I said, oh, wow. Okay. He said where he was staying wasn't good for him, but he needed money urgently. I said, okay. I went and I sent the money he wanted. Few days later, he entered Malaysia. So he spent like 3 months in Malaysia. And I received a call one time. He said he wanted to go back. I said, what? I said, he just went to Malaysia. He said he wanted to go back. The guy made money. He went, he bought cars, bought land, built house, was driving his Mercedes. But when he called to tell me he wanted to go back, I said, why are you going back? I've never been to Malaysia. I said, you just arrived. Why don't you sit down and get documents, look for a way to establish yourself? He said, no, he just wanted to go back. Before I knew it, the guy was home. So, after he invested in Africa, few months ago, like 2-3 months, he called from South Africa. I said, what's going on? He said he called from South Africa. I said, what are you doing in South Africa? He said he just wants to come and hustle. I said, but South Africa, man. Well, 2 weeks after, he returned back home. I said, man, why don't you cool down? You have a Mercedes Benz, you've got a building, you have children. Cool down and manage your life. That my brother was over ambitious. He said no. He said no. Then I was still having my business. I traveled home then. I had money. So I said I wanted to buy a shop. I wanted to buy a shop, to own a shop. I gave him money. I said, use this money, buy me a shop. So that I can be, bringing in things, like. By this time, the handy just came, all this telephone just came out. I said, buy me this shop so that I can be sending telephones and the rest of them. I gave him the money. 2-3 weeks, 1 month after, the guy used the money, traveled. The next thing I heard was he called me from Thailand. I think that was Thailand. I said, what about my shop? So he said I should call him back. I called him back. He was in Thailand. He said he came to hustle. He said, Africa, he came to hustle. Before I knew it, I received a call. I said they were about to deport him. Not up to 1 month he arrived Thailand, Bangkok. They deported him back. They deported him back to Africa. So, they deported him back to Africa. Now, I told him, since they have deported you, since they have sent you back to Africa, relax in Africa. If you want to travel, I would help you to travel legally. And in the first place, as at that time, he already had 6 sons. Why leave your sons behind and then decide to travel to I mean, but then, so when he was deported, guess what? 1 month after, when he was deported, 1 month after, let me let me let me block this person that is making comments. Yes, I blocked this person. Yes. So now he was sent back home to Africa, deported to Africa. A month after, guess what's happened? I had him call from Vietnam, Hanoi. Either it was Hanoi or Saigon, Vietnam. He called from Vietnam. I said, what? What are you doing in Vietnam? He said he was, before you knew it, he called again from back. He went back to Thailand. We were arguing, we were having misunderstanding again to buy me a shop. And that was the money he used to travel. So he was like trying to, he wanted to, go travel abroad, make the money fast to get me the shop or whatever. But I wasn't pressured when I realized that he had spent the money. I wanted him to just stay at home and live a quiet life. But he was restless. Now, when they deported him the first time, that was a handwriting on the wall. Look, this country. So then they deported him the first time. The second time he went to Thailand. Guess what? He died there. So I did not when he went the second time. We weren't talking. So called me. My mother called me. My mother said, look at what happened. I said, Mama, what's happened? He said, my senior brother had died. He said, my senior brother had died. I said, what? What's happened? So, well, then I did what I was supposed to do. I contacted the embassy, then sent money and had transported the corpse. He was even staying in hotel in Thailand. So I sent money to pay the bills, the hotel where he stayed, the embalmment, the coffin and everything, the flight tickets to transport the corpse to Africa. And he was buried in my father's home. Now listen to me. Why I am telling you this story is because already the first time he traveled to that country, he was deported. That was a sign he wasn't needed in that country. Kind of, to my own understanding. He was deported in that country. He should have looked for another country to go or stayed back in his home country. Well, you cannot, nobody knows, but there are things. If you are a spiritual person, you understand me? So then he went back to the same country and did not survive it. So me, I saw it as if, like, man, he intention that like he was stubborn, like did not know that that land, Thailand, wasn't for him. Here in Vienna, I know two brothers that came to Vienna, the same mother and the same father, the only two boys they have in their family. Here in Vienna, two of them came here and two of them died here. Not that they died at old age, they died young. Back then when we were still very young. Talking about 25 or 30 years ago, they died here. I'm not saying that anyone that we are all going to live forever. But for somebody to die untimely death, for somebody to die accidental death is not a good omen. That is why whenever you enter any country, you appease the gods of that land. You appease the gods of. I'm not telling you to go do juju or go look for. Yes, you can talk. You see, there are some people that died in different parts of the world, and the family members did not even see their corpse. You go to where you are not supposed to go. You go to countries you are not. There are some countries, if you go there, you will. That is, you'll be disabled. You see some self. You see you will hear that the police killed them or immigration killed them or ended their life. One thing or the other, one tragic thing to them. I was running a broadcast here some days ago. I said there was a city. Sometimes when you read all these Bible stories, you learn from it. I was running a live broadcast someday, one time. It is still in your Bible. There is a city, a town, not a city, a town Jesus Christ was unable to heal the sick. There was a town Jesus Christ was unable to heal the sick. He had to take that sick person out of that town to go heal that man. That means there are some towns, villages, countries, miracle cannot happen in your life. You need to move out of that country to get healing, to see the light of the day. You can go and search it. The Jesus Christ is the powerful day that you worship. There is a town he was unable to heal the sick. When I heard the story, I tried to find out why he was unable to heal the sick. People had different opinions. Some said because the people living with that sick man, they were doubters. They doubted the power. Number one. Rosemary, I see you. Some people were of the opinion that the people living in that are demonized, they are evil. They were evil. Many reasons people give. Many reasons made us to pull out that sick person from that town. Go to somewhere else to heal that sick man. At times, you need to move away from your immediate environment to get healing. When I'm talking about healing, to heal yourself of poverty, to heal yourself of poverty, to even to flee from enemies that surrounded your life. When we talk about healing, we are not talking about literally that there are many kinds of healings. You've got to flee from people who are stopping your progress. They come in different forms. Man, I just blocked somebody now on my YouTube page. Listen to this story. I'm doing my thing. All of you knows me. I come here, I create content. I tell my stories. I use myself as a content. I tell my life stories. I share my stories with you guys. One day, somebody tagged me a video. In that video, the person was bullying me. He made a video, specially posted on his YouTube channel. and was abusing me, bullying me, talking all sorts of rubbish. I did not pay him attention. First, this person wrote me, said he wanted to do collabo with me. He wanted to do video with me. I don't know him. Why should I do video with somebody I don't know? Well, I ignored him. This person made a video, tagged it to me on my channel, YouTube channel. And in that video, he was discrediting me, telling people why they shouldn't watch me. Said I was putting on, was talking, said I have nothing in life, that he was better than me. He has houses in Africa, he has everything. I don't know this person before. He was full of hate. I don't know the person. I just ignored him. I showed my wife. My wife said this is not even somebody I should talk to. Because we are not on the same level. I'm much more older than him. Even I'm old enough to be. If you see that in the anger in his voice, I don't even know the man. I saw him for the first time. I'm like, listen. Well, I did not respond for him. Why should I respond to such a person? I did not respond to him. Somebody I don't know. So as I'm making this video now, the same person came to my YouTube and was commenting rubbish. He was discrediting my work now. Talking rubbish up and down. He said his subscribers are watching my videos on YouTube. So because his subscribers are watching my videos on YouTube, he wants to do collabo with me. I said I didn't pay him attention. Because of that, this guy now began to discredit my video, begin to fight me. I don't even know. I don't know the man. You see, some people are demonized, full of hate. There are people who don't want to live their life. They don't want to even mind their business. I don't know this. I've never seen him before, and I don't want to see such a person. I talk about Africa. I talk about failed leadership. I talk about infrastructures, decayed infrastructures. I talk about many things. I said, listen, you cannot compare Europe to Africa. You cannot. That is the reality. African leaders, they are not able to run a functional society. That is the truth. So I keep wondering, I say, who? This boy, I don't know him. I don't know where he's from. We have no business together. Imagine, the guy came to, even he continued to come to my page to talk rubbish. His problem was, he said from the analytics, YouTube, that his followers are watching my videos. For that, the guy began to fight. I don't even know him. I don't know who his followers, his subscribers are. What do I even... what I did now was just to block him. I just blocked the man. Iron Man, good to see you. The guy just came to this. I saw the way he was dropping comments, as if I took his wife and children, I took over his property. The way the guy, I was just running, the way the guy was dropping comments, man, I was like, what's going on here? I blocked him now, and I blocked him for good. He will not come to my page again to watch my videos. So guys, what I am saying is, wherever you are living and you are not witnessing progress, relocate. This is why you see some people leave their villages and go to town, make money, return to their village, build houses, go back to the town. That town that favors them. You see some people, they say they have built houses in the village, but they don't live in the village. Some of them know about the spiritual aspect of life. Some people are living in abroad, and in abroad they are making money. If you are making your money in abroad, stay in abroad. If you are making your money in your village, stay in your village. That means that your village is where, that's your village favors you, blessed you. Stay in your village. I've seen people who lived in their village and they become millionaires. That place that favors you, stay there. And the same thing I talk about your partner, the woman and the man you marry. If you marry a crippled and you are with that man, that fat man or woman, stay with that person. You may go to marry another woman, another man. That person you have peace, you are still alive. There are some people, if they come in, if you live with them, your life will end. There are some people, if you marry them, your life will be shortened. Some people may say it's not true. Go ask, have you not seen couples that's unalived themselves? You see a woman unalive the husband, or some husband unalive the woman. Do you think this is ordinary? It is not ordinary. But maybe when I go live later, we are going to, run that program. Somebody will travel, a man that was living peacefully, or a woman that was living well in abroad or wherever, would go and marry somebody. That person would be a thorn in his flesh, or a thorn on her flesh. And they end up tragically. It's no joke. Even some wise men or wise women like staying on their own. Yes, some wise ones. See, when we were little children, when we were small, back then they had real native doctors, spiritualists. These real native doctors, they don't offend anybody. And when they work for you, they don't take money. Those real native, not these ones now that have girlfriends, those real native doctors back then, they don't sleep with women anyhow. They only concentrate on their wives. Some don't even near women. Not this, how can native doctor that has numerous girlfriends, is that one a native doctor? Where you see a native doctor that has many girlfriends, which kind of you that native doctor they do? Do you know what it means? When you sleep with a stranger, your body becomes polluted. Depending. So guys, I came out to spend this afternoon. I'm coming back once more. Sorry, plenty. I did not touch this issue of the names we bear very well. I'm going to touch the names we bear properly. We are going to address that issue properly. And you know the kind of name you give. Okay, let's go there. I did not know these things before. I did not know it. If I had known it, well, but, be careful. Dominic Umenai, good day to you. Be careful the type of name you give your child. The name you give your child determines the outcome of his life, how his life is going to be. Because that's the name that child will answer. When they call you, like Rosemary, you say yes. Even that's the name you answer at workplace, in school, your friends call you anytime. The name you bear determines how your life is going to be. You may think it's a joke. If you like, let me go further now. I may go spiritual this time around. See, let's go biblical. God promised Sarah and Abraham that they were going to have a child, a heir, the promised child, which was Isaac. Isaac didn't come. It was only, don't forget, Sarah, her original name was Sarai. Abraham's original name was Abram. His name wasn't Abraham. His name was Abram. And Sarah's name was Sarai. Sarai. When they were bearing these names, that promised child did not come. They fought, they did everything. Sarah couldn't conceive. She was unable to conceive. Listen attentively. Until God changed their names. God said, Sarai, your name should not be but and your name will no longer be Abram, but Abraham. As soon as God changed the names of Sarai and Abraham, the woman conceived. The woman gave birth at the age of 90, and Abraham begat Isaac at the age of 100 years. Name change. If you doubt me, let me tell you now what you don't. Why do you think a lot of people today have progress? There are so many factors that made many of us have progress today. Many of us traveled abroad, many people traveled abroad and changed their names. And situations changed for them for better. Many people traveled abroad. Many people traveled abroad, changed their names. That was how their life changed. If you're answering that name, you drop it. Some may say your papa name, your papa. There are some names if you are bearing it. Some people are answering names belonging to deity. Even some evil deities, oracles. How can you be bearing names of a deity, oracle, shrines, and you think you are going to progress? You don't understand. Some people, you may not understand it. I've seen some men, white men, who changed their names to their, started answering their wife's surname. Here, things changed. See, let me tell you, this story is only for, this program is for the wise. There are some people, enemies, family enemies that may have taken your name to juju houses. You don't know. Tied your destiny with that name. Some people may have taken your name to witch coven. You know what? Witches. That is, they've submitted your first name and your surname to witch gatherings. You don't know what's going on. So, when they submit your case in the assembly of witches and wizards, the name you bear, they say, as far as you are answering this name, you will not see light. You think it's, and they will be working on that name. You don't know how. See, for you to make progress, you need radical change. That is, supernatural happening. Powers there. People are evil. You need to, that is, some people submit your surname as, even, at times these things affects even children. As far as the children are bearing that name, they will be getting negative results at times. Not in all cases, in some cases. So, you discover when you change your name, that's your name, maybe your first name or your surname, the witches, that place they submitted your name, those witches and wizards, those bad people, there will be confusion in the camp of the enemy. You are no longer bearing the name that they worked on. Your name has changed. So there is, because when they call you Kingsley, all the documents you file, if you are looking for visa, that name they worked on, Kingsley or whatever, Williams, wherever they mention that name, you will be getting negative outcome. But if you change that name, there will be confusion in the camp of the enemy. So they cannot reach you anymore. That is, your name becomes unavailable. When they call your name becomes unavailable, that's when you begin to see light. They begin to wonder what happened, how did this man escape? They wouldn't, my things there for this life. Yes, because if you don't change the name, wherever you go, even if it is in abroad, you are answering the name that they have submitted in witchcraft, which is coven. Some of the names they have tied it, they have submitted it to deities, shrines. Men, I have seen where sometimes, some people are lucky, where they put somebody's picture inside a bottle, wrote the person's name and the information, closed it and threw it in, walked on it and threw it inside ocean. Somebody's picture. Somebody's picture, they walked on it, wrote his name and everything and threw it inside picture. You see, the person will be running up and down, struggling. He will not see progress. That name was written on a paper or in a paper and put inside a bottle and thrown inside a river. Sometimes you see, luckily, the water would, bring out that bottle. I've seen it many times. And people will gather. I've seen videos like that. People will be screaming. You see the picture of the person. Many things are happening. Such a person who they tied the destiny and put inside bottle, what he needed is a name change. At times, environments. That's why you don't disclose all your information to people, because you don't know who is an enemy. Yes, I'm going spiritual. You see, when you change that name, there'll be change in your life. Only if you are, things are happening, and if you're not smart enough to know these things, that's why you see a lot of people were not able to fulfill their destinies. Sometimes by the time you realize that you are at war, it is already too late. You are in your 50s, 60s. You cannot do nothing again. You cannot do anything because these people have wasted your prime time. The time you were supposed to hustle and become somebody, they tied you. By the time you come to your senses, man, old age has arrived. Life is deep. Life is deep. What name do you answer? What name if they call you Stephen, you say yes, yes, yes. If you call, I'm here. In Europe, wherever you go, anywhere you go, ID card, offices are in your document. Which names are in your documents? In your passports, They call you, you answer. Anytime they call that name, you answer. It is always problem. Anywhere they call the name and you answer, because people worked on that name. When I tell you, that's why do you think even God changed the name of Abraham to Abraham, Sarai to Sarah? And if you go through some religious books, there are so many people whose names were changed. Simon was changed to Simon Peter, one of the disciples. Many people's names in the Bible changed. You think it's a joke? Go through the Bible. If you can Google it, biblical, personalities or figures or prophets that their names changed. You can get it. Hakan, I did not ignore you. What's going on? Hakan from Turkey, I did not ignore you. No, you know, when I'm making progress, I'm running program, I don't usually read comments. Hakan, I did not ignore you. No, not at all. I did not see it. Okay? So, I did not see it. La Rose from Dubai, greetings to you. You see, when I start responding to people, I cannot drop the message. I cannot run my program. That's it. Blessing is not a joke. These things are real. Well, if I'm in the mood, you know, these things comes with, if I'm in the mood, if I come back later in the evening, I will tell you guys stories. Sometimes I will tell you real life stories. Life is not the way people think it. Life is deep. The thing is, you never know who could be. I just told you the story of somebody I never knew. I never knew that this guy he's existing. Somebody I never knew. The guy came to my TikTok, my YouTube page. Is just, some people can be jealous. Don't you know? Yes. Sometimes if you don't know who your enemies could be. I would tell you the story of one guy that was living in abroad. One guy that, what's happened? The guy did not, story plenty. Things are happening. Things are happening. You just need to be very careful. Even I don't believe in the existence of Satan or anything. Human beings are the devil, I always say it, and humans are God. Because I've never seen Satan before, or the devil. I've never seen God before. But there are spirit beings. There are spirit beings. You understand what I mean now? I talk what I know. Human beings are bad. Human beings can see you and yes, human beings can see you and they get jealous. People you did nothing wrong to. They don't want to see you smile. They don't want to see you progress. They don't want to see you happy in life. You owe them nothing. You did them nothing. But they are full of envy. Some story plenty. They exchange destinies. If you're not careful, they may take I will come out. I want to go take fresh air. I will come out. I'm not a spiritualist. I'm not a native, but these are the things I've witnessed in life. Especially if you have favor on your life. If you are somebody destined for greatness, be prepared for battles. It's no lie. If you are somebody that things are working well for, enemies, the way enemies will be popping out there, sometimes you'll be looking for where to hide yourself. Guys, if you just join us, you can rewatch this broadcast on my YouTube page. You can watch this broadcast on my YouTube page or Facebook page. And if you are seeing me for the first time, don't forget to follow this page. Follow me on TikTok, on Facebook, and on YouTube. These videos are permanently on YouTube and on Facebook. I want to fall out now to go take fresh air. I will be back later in the evening. I'm home alone, so we would have enough time to discuss issues. Plenty story day. Yes. Even the reality is, well, when I come out later, I don't need to, I mean, when I come out, we continue with our program. So I want to say thank you guys. I appreciate everybody who joined this broadcast. I will be back later on. In few hours time, this is a Saturday, so I'm going to drop a lot of videos for you. I want to go to town now and then come back and I have time. More live streams coming on these pages. So see you guys later on. And if you are not following, don't fail. If you're watching me on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's a way of, supporting. So, you can also send this video to a friend, a family member who needs to hear it. G, okay, enjoy your weekend too. I will be back soon. I would go live soon. I've got nothing doing. So that's it. When I come back later in few hours, I just want to go outside. When I come back later, I have nothing doing, so I'll go live and then we spend the whole day together gisting. That's it. At times, when you are on your own, that is when you shine the most. Because you are going, anywhere you go with your destiny. When you are on your own, that is when your luck will shine. Okay. Okay, Rosemary. Rosemary is, I see you. Okay, guys, I want to end. Sometimes maybe we're gonna, one of my sisters said we need to be making comedies. So a sister said, we need to be having comedy section here. So people can laugh and, feel good. Maybe with time we are gonna be having comedy section on these pages. So guys, thank you. See you guys in the evening. Sarah, I say yes, I was bored. Europe is boring. Yes, it's true. Don't you see, I'm home alone. I'm happy for social media. I go outside now, look around, come back. I've got nothing doing. You got a gist now. Yes, Europe is boring. Are you hearing the sound of cars? People don't honk. Are you everywhere? It's quiet. Sarah, do we go there? You said, life is what you make it. Yes and no. Life is what you make it. There is... Animata, thank you. Osita, life is what you make it. In Dutch, in German language, there is a question they answer, ja, na, nine and ja, no and yes. Should we discuss about things that are beyond human control? If you say life is what you make it, there are certain situations, certain happenings that are beyond your control. There is nothing you can do about it. You cannot make anything in that situation. It's beyond your control. There are situations like that. Well, we may have to speak about this. It's not, see, have you not heard circumstances beyond one's control? There are circumstances beyond one's control. Well, I want to end the broadcast here. I'm coming back later in the evening, and when I come back, then if you want to come out and argue, let's debate, let's clash it out. Join the program later in the evening if you want, and we can discuss about Bambuk is in the building. We can discuss about destinies and the rest of them. You got the gist now. Can destinies be altered or not? We can go there. You said life is what you make it. Then I can tell you, there are people who worked so hard in life, yet they are poor. People worked so hard, worked more harder than others, yet they made nothing out of their life. They weren't lucky. Let's go there. I want us to go there. Yes, you think it is by power. It's not by power. It's not by physical strength. Judge Wese. People worked hard. Okay, let me tell you. You said life is what you make it. There are people in abroad here, they are very disciplined. They worked hard for years, sent money. They want to make good things in life. They want to achieve greatness, sent money home. Their family members embezzled that money. But they tried to make a good life, but they were unfortunate. People worked hard, built houses in Africa, in some countries in Africa. The government demolished those houses. Circumstances beyond your control. Have you not seen where government demolished buildings? Life is what you make it. People bought airplane to travel to another location, another destination, and that plane crashes. What did they make? Circumstances beyond their control. Somebody may wake up in the morning and will be going JJ pedestrian walk, and a drunk vehicle driver will hit the person. A drunk vehicle driver will hit the person. There are circumstances beyond our control. We just need to pray for grace. I can teach you more. Why do people go to a particular country? You see people go to a particular country, some will succeed and some will not succeed. You just joined the broadcast now. In the same opportunity, the same everything, some will succeed and some will not succeed. If you like, we go there. This program is for the wise. Well, in the evening, we'll continue with this broadcast. Where is that lady that said life is what you make it? Have you not heard? Man proposes, God disposes. Yes. Have you not heard it? All our plans doesn't come to reality. All our wishes, if wishes are horses, beggars will ride. Okay. Let's end it here. I'm coming back. This is Saturday. Let me go take fresh air luft. I want to drink water. I come back again. But I want to see many followers. Zemba, thank you I see you for the likes. So guys, coming back later with more interesting videos. So see you.